LSU Gymnastics is on a roll. Kiya Johnson racked a 10 last week on floor against Kentucky, the same team she tore her Achilles last season against. It only makes sense that we go inside and talk to her. Let's get it. About to lay here and lounge. I did. Did I not do that last week with Tiger Girl? Okay, we're gonna go right into it. The hot topic right now is the injury, and you bouncing back and racking a 10 on floor against Kentucky. You said in the presser you didn't even realize that that was the full circle moment. So when you finally did realize that I tore my Achilles last year, I was done against this same team, and I rack a 10, how'd you feel?
Again, I know it's a couple days out now, but I still feel like I can't really put it into words exactly. I think Gio, our videographer, was the one who told me, he was like, really, Kiya? You didn't realize that? And I was like, no, not really. But for it to come around like that and for it to happen this year against Kentucky like it did, I still can't even describe the feeling, honestly.
That's storybook stuff. And I know Jay said that y'all you didn't even have to perform on floor because y'all had already won. Yeah, so did you ask him to, or he was just like, you know what, go?
No, I was looking up at the scores and I was thinking that also because obviously my teammates went crazy and did so well, and I saw all of their scores. And previously to tearing my Achilles, that would be a moment where he'd come over and be like, okay, we're good, you don't need to go this week to save my body. So it went through the back of my head for a second, and then I saw him over there on the corner. He wasn't coming up to me, and I was like, okay. He's gonna let me
go
this.
then.
So I was really excited.
So let's go back to last year when the injury happened. What kind of got you through that? And I know you've talked about this with Anthony before, but we'll talk about it again. What kind of got you through a season-ending injury? And I mean, you're 5th year now. That's kind of scary to think that your gymnastics career at LSU is coming down to a year left at that point. So what got you through that?
I think it was a big part due to the timing of it because it was so early on. We had just gotten started with season, not even gained our footing yet. I think it was our second meet. So knowing that my teammates had a full season to compete, that was my biggest motivator, I guess, to stay in it for them and just be the biggest motivator that I could be for them. And then in hindsight, that took my mind off of myself and what was going on with me, and I just directed my focus to them because they had a full season to compete. So again, I feel like things happen for a reason. The timing is what it is for a reason. So, but that was a big part of it for me, is just focusing on them because they had so much more season left.
Right. Kind of going off of that topic about you distracted yourself, but it does take a mental aspect to get through something like that. And I want to go even further. Talk to me about the mental toughness it takes to perform the skills that you guys do, and when you run into mental blocks and how that can kind of affect how you perform.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that's a big part of our sport because we're doing all these crazy things in the air. So it's a big part of our sport. And I think for me, coming back, honestly, that was probably the hardest part. Obviously, the physical recovery was hard at times, and it took a long time. It was a long recovery, but for me, getting back into the mindset of competing mentally was the hardest part, just because it takes so much focus and so much confidence, especially to go out there every Friday night in front of so many people and do what you do. So it's a lot, but also we've done it for so long, and we've done these skills for a very long time. But it did take a second for me to get back into
I was
the
going to
mindset.
say, was there a sort of mental block going back out after the injury?
I wouldn't say there was a mental block. I wasn't nervous. I just would say my confidence was a little bit lower than what it was, obviously, because I hadn't done it.
Right.
But that's pretty much my goal week in and week out, is just to build my confidence, because, I don't know, I feel like it's something that, there's no ceiling to your confidence. So just continuing to build my confidence in practice, so then whenever we do go out there Friday nights, it's okay, this is a piece of cake. I do it every day. So, yeah.
You guys had record numbered crowd against Kentucky, but talking about confidence, how do you guys build that up? And y'all are close. It's very evident that y'all are close, but how do you kind of maintain that level of confidence throughout the season when you're performing in front of crowds like that?
Yeah. I think it goes back to training. Obviously, a lot of our confidence will come from our consistency in practice. Like, again, we do numbers and numbers and numbers of the same routines that we compete on Friday nights. And so Haley and I have this little thing. It's just one routine on a Friday night rather than like 4 beam routines on a Tuesday at practice. So our confidence comes a lot from practice, but also just like being each other's biggest fans and cheerleaders, building each other up so much that like there is no room to not believe in yourself in those type of moments.
Yep, y'all's team, it's very clear that y'all have that kind of bond and y'all build each other up a lot. You're an all-arounder. How the hell do you balance managing to perfect skills? Like, talk to me about that. Walk me through your process on just being able to shift gears.
From event to event?
Yeah.
I think my mindset is pretty much the same. I feel like my gymnastics is more of, I don't know how to describe it, like an aggressive, like dynamic style, I guess you'd say. And so my big thing, and a couple of my teammates also, is to like attack our gymnastics.
I like it.
And so I kind of take that approach to every event, even going down to beam. And so my mindset is pretty much one way the whole meet, no matter what event I'm competing. So it's not, there's not a big dip in like difference of how I approach it.
Right, you're locked in.
Right.
Yeah. Do you have any specific goals for this season? Last year at LSU, right? What is one thing that you really want to accomplish by the end of the season?
Ooh.
I know. I got you with the tough question. I put you on the spot.
I mean, I would say 2.
Okay.
I want to win SECs. My team does. I think that would be so dope.
Right.
It's going to be in New Orleans. Like, I'm very...
Wait, I didn't even realize.
Yeah, it's going to be in New Orleans. It was supposed to be in New Orleans my freshman year, but the season got cut short because of COVID. So I've been really looking forward to that since that time. So I really want to get there, do our thing, and win. I feel like that would be awesome. And then obviously NCAAs win that also.
Duh.
We got really far last year, but I think this is you.
I was gonna say, the way that y'all are competing right now, and Jay said the first week that y'all's floor was at championship level, and y'all in every other event have started to come up that way, like even on beam. So I think y'all are on the trajectory to get there. Do you have any individual goals?
I think for me this year is just like the thing, what's the word? Like not, what is it?
She's looking at Alyssa like, what word am I thinking of? Explain the word.
I don't know.
This happens to me all the time on the show. I
like
forget
tangible? Not tangible.
That could work.
That's a word?
Yeah, that's a word.
What does it
that
mean?
works.
What does tangible mean? I don't think I'm using the right context.
Okay, explain the word you're trying to
like
what do you mean? Like what do you mean? She's looking for the word to explain what you. No, this is
use a big word.
This is the content we like, Kiya. This. I know. I don't know what you're trying.
Okay, wait. Ask the question again.
Back up.
Leave the word alone.
Individual goals.
For me, it's more of just like being present.
Okay. There you go.
Enjoying this last year, because I say it to the freshmen all the time, but it truly does go by so fast. So that's my big thing, is to just like be in the moment every single moment and just have as much fun as I can.
How have you stepped into a leadership role, do you think?
I think I've been really good at leading by example. I'm not the most vocal person in the room always, but I've also tried to up that a little bit and speak when needed to just kind of guide people in the right direction. But I would say overall, just especially in practice, just like going about my business the way that I do, to try and just lead everybody to do the same.
All right, we've talked enough about gymnastics. I know you do that all the time. So I'm gonna talk about you now as a person aside from gymnastics. I know it's hard to kind of remove those parts of you, but I've asked this question before to other people and it might stump you.
Okay.
You have 3 adjectives to describe yourself. I know, I put her on the spot again. She's gonna forget all the words.
No, literally.
How would you describe yourself to somebody who doesn't know you? Gymnastics doesn't count. You can't use anything that describes gymnastics.
I don't know.
What do you like to do outside of gym? You don't have time outside of sleep. That's fair.
Hardworking. Thanks, Liz.
There she
really
goes.
Sweet.
Hardworking.
You just posted that the other day.
I did.
Joyful.
Thanks.
She's giving you the words. That's so sweet, though.
I appreciate it so much.
Okay, so hardworking, joyful. You got to come up with the last one.
I feel like I'm very intentional.
Ooh, I like that one.
With everything that I do, whether that be like in the gym, out of the gym, like my conversations with people.
Huh, intentional.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I agree with the other two as well, but I really like that one.
Thank you.
Okay, so you said you like to sleep in your free time. What else?
All the time. A big thing I've been into is like self-care and self-help, so...
We love it. We love it.
One thing I've enjoyed is going on walks,
Okay.
especially around like LSU lakes and on the levee. And then I also got into journaling this year. That was one of my resolutions, was to journal every day. And it's just been really fun to like, I'm an overthinker. Liz just
I got you on that. I got you on that.
But it's been fun to like just unwind at night and get all my thoughts on paper.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I've been into a lot of self-care, self-help stuff.
That's awesome. Truly, I feel you. I get on those waves where you go through like phases of being like super like into the self-help and on routine, and then sometimes you get knocked off, but it happens. Like, yeah, I know. With the journaling though, what do you think has been the biggest benefit from doing that? Like, how do you feel after? Like, just talk to me about that.
I would say just getting my thoughts down on paper. I feel like I have so many things going on in my brain all the time, and so to just write down either whatever it is I'm thinking or like what I was thinking through the day before that, it kind of just calms me down before I go to bed and honestly helps me go to sleep, actually, because I'm not thinking about so many things. But that's probably been the biggest difference that I've noticed, is just being able to get everything that goes on in here onto a piece of paper and then like start over the next day.
Especially because I know y'all's schedules are like this, and you like to sit down at night and to be able to get all of that out is probably really like relaxing. Being an LSU athlete though, you're here, and I want to say LSU is at its peak with sports, right? Not just football and baseball and basketball, but y'all are doing incredible. Track and field's got some great stuff going on. Tiger Girls just won a national championship. Like, being surrounded by athletes like that, like, how do you think that's made you better?
I think the biggest thing is that it's just motivating.
Okay.
Like, obviously, you just named the Tiger Girls, what, a week ago now?
Literally a week.
Just won their nationals, and then obviously women's basketball, baseball, football. It's just really motivating to be around people who are literally doing exactly what you want to do in your sport. And so, I don't know, I think gym is next.
Gym is next. We're calling it now. Gym is next. I think you might be right, for real. Aly Raisman was in here. How cool was that?
It was so cool. We were all like fangirling and starstruck when she walked in. But it was so cool because at some point in time, almost all of us looked up to her. She was so amazing.
Right.
And did so well at like the Olympics and all this stuff. So, I don't know. Little Kiya Johnson was having a blast, just having her presence in here. It was cool.
Did y'all know that her broadcast debut was going to be against Kentucky? Like, that's the first time she did that?
Yeah, we had heard a little bit about her coming, and so I know she was a little bit nervous, but she did a great job. And I mean, we got a season high with her in the PMAC. So I'm like,
maybe she needs to broadcast all of your meets.
Maybe she needs to come back every home meet we have. But
so cool. She wrote on y'all's little motivation board, I guess. What do y'all call it? Do y'all have a word for it? It's just quotes, whatever. She wrote, "Do your normal." And I heard Haley say that in a press conference. So you want to elaborate on what that means to you guys?
Yeah, I mean, obviously our sport is really mental. It is physical, and we do hard gymnastics, but a lot of the stuff that we compete on Friday nights is stuff that we've been doing for so long, and so it really is a mental game when you get out there, and that's the easiest way to go about it, is to just remember to do your normal no matter what environment, how many fans are in the PMAC, or if we're at an away meet. Like, that's something that we can always go back to, is just being our normal selves and doing our normal gymnastics.
Do your normal. I'm going to take that into everyday life. Like, what you do every day and all the practice you put in and the work you put in is enough.
Right.
you guys have a great facility. LSU is very lucky, blessed to have these facilities and the staff that y'all have. Talk about what it feels like to be able to train in places like this and to have the equipment and the staff that you guys have.
It's amazing. Like, you really can't describe it any better than that. Just looking around, this place is beautiful, and not everybody gets to train in a place like this, so just really, really grateful. And same goes for our staff. Like, I'm probably biased, but I feel like we have the best staff in the country, all the way down to all of our support staff. So yeah, just grateful for this whole program itself.
So I'm not going to keep you for forever. If you had somebody who maybe was facing adversity like you did with your injury, or is just very dedicated to a sport that's hard, it's a hard sport, like what advice would you give to somebody to kind of push them to keep going?
It's pretty simple. I would probably just to say never give up. And I know it really is very simple, but it's quick and easy to get into that type of mindset when things get difficult. But I feel like if you think about the reward after, it's just going to make you want to keep pushing and keep going. So I would just say never give up, even on the hardest days, because at some point in time, it's all going to be worth it, and you're going to be like literally living out your dream, which I could say I'm doing right now. So just keep pushing.
What are your goals for like past LSU?
Ooh, one big goal that I want to do is just work in sports. I don't know to what level or capacity yet, but kind of like you just mentioned, like that was also another reason why I came to LSU. My family is a big sport family. I love all the sports, so trying to figure out what route I want to go for sure.
Do you have any idea?
I kind of want to be a college gymnastics coach.
Let's go.
That's one way I could go. I also, I guess you'd call it a reporter or a sport reporter.
Hey, I need some help. So maybe during the off season you can come hang out.
Intern or something.
Intern. You can be my sidekick and we can make content.
That would be fun.
I'm being so serious. She's laughing and I'm being dead serious right now. I know you're busy, but after.
Right.
I think,
after, what is it, April 16th, 17th?
Yeah, when is it?
Should be free. But yeah, that's
y'all got that date?
Right.
All right. I'm going to be in her phone on that day. Yo, do you want to come make some content? I'm not kidding.
No. It's something also I've looked into. So anything sports related.
Okay.
I think is something that I would enjoy for a long time. So I think that's the direction I want to go after.
Okay, so sports, not just gymnastics or like all over the place?
Sport. Like obviously a gymnastics coach. I wouldn't be able to coach any other sport, I don't think, but like as far as the reporting, all of that.
Okay, so then answer me this. This is more of a fun question. Who's your favorite athlete on LSU's campus right now? Oh, I know you know some of them. I know.
That's difficult.
Might have or in general. I think LSU. Look, Anthony's over here like whispering, like ask her this, ask her this.
Ooh, let me think.
So you could go like broad if you want to kick it off at LSU's campus, because I know you literally eat dinner with most of them.
But that's a good one. I like that one.
Okay, she wants to answer that one. Go ahead. I just been putting you on the spot this whole time.
I know. I have like so many people in my head right now. It's hard to pick.
Name them off. Go. You can't think. You just have to say. Just go.
I think in this very moment, women's basketball, Aneesah.
We love
Like I watch
Aneesah.
her in awe every single time she plays. I'm like, she's that girl.
She's awesome. Yeah. We did an interview. She was our first one, first Valley Vision interview. She the confidence she exudes is incredible. Ooh, I like that. Yeah. I know I kind of put you on the spot, and you literally know these people. So.
Right. No, I'm fangirling over here every time I watch her. She's so good.
We'll have to clip that and send it to Aneesah. Okay, let me tell you something. I went and shot with her, and it wasn't pretty. So maybe next time we get Kiya in the PMAC, and she can teach you how to shoot so I don't embarrass myself again.
I want to do every sport. Before I leave here, I want to do some form of every sport.
We're just going to do a segment, and it's Kiya trying every different sport with. Y'all are writing this down, right?
Right.
Like
Again,
these are
April
great.
16th.
April
After
16th.
That, or 17th.
It's
ready,
happening.
I swear.
It's happening. It's happening. Last one, a little bit deep. What legacy do you want to leave behind here? Like when people see or go back in the history books and look at records and who was on what team, and if y'all win a championship, your name's going to come up, right? What do you want people to think when they read your name?
I've thought about this question before, and I think that it's changed a little bit in the last year with a lot of things that happened during our season last year, not just to me, but to our whole team. But if I had to pick a word, it would be perseverance, I guess. I feel like that's kind of what this whole year looked like for me, and to come back and compete at a high level and doing it for my teammates and trying to get us to where we want to go. I hope that people can just kind of take something from not just me, but seeing all of us persevere through different things to get to our goal.
Your story and the team's story. I love that. That's a good legacy to leave behind, and I think you got it locked up.
I guess my biggest message is to just come support LSU Gymnastics.
There you got it. That's a great
Friday
one.
nights, we have, 4 more meets in the PMAC? And we got pretty close to a sellout, so
yeah, I'm
very,
not
very
kidding.
soon.
The amount of people in the PMAC for Kentucky, I was stunned. Not anything against y'all, just like, this is different.
Yeah, no, they're fun, so everybody, you should be there.
Be at the PMAC. Normally we do a little bit more interactive stuff, but she is coming off a season-ending injury last year, so we're not even going to touch anything. We're just going to sit
Play it safe
and wrap it up just like this. You're awesome. I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.